Web-based monitoring. It's a service that is being offered many times by system vendors as basically an aftermarket add-on. In certain limited cases, it's a free service offered if you purchase additional monitoring equipment. I'm thinking particularly of several inverter manufacturers that sell basically web boxes and web cards that, if inserted into their product, will talk to the web and create a online presence. Essentially, they monitor the system performance, and it's a third-party, what I want to call it, service, to the extent that they could offer, first of all, just the convenience of looking at your performance of your system on a website. Understand that many systems could be monitored inherently locally by putting a card in a computer, and this is not that big a deal. The idea of web-based monitoring starts to become possibly more interesting for very large systems. I'm thinking particularly of commercial systems. Not that an affluent homeowner who's totally into solar wouldn't like to have this, so I'm not disparaging it, but economically you can see that very large systems begin to really need web-based monitoring. I'm thinking of systems with thousands of solar panels and literally hundreds of functional groups, all of which need to be monitored if you want to know that the system or how the system is functioning. So very large systems do have a need for some sort of surveillance. At the same time, those customers, the owners, are often large corporations who have established a fairly simple-minded relationship with the vendor. That is, you put the solar on my roof. I'm not a solar guy, but you've sold me this package which guarantees me lower prices. This is a wonderful deal. We're advertising ourselves as a green company now. We couldn't be more thrilled. We love this, but we're not interested in technology other than we definitely, absolutely want to know that we're getting our money's worth. So in this case, it would be, and again, this might be, the service actually might be farmed out to a company that would provide monitoring services, including alarms, diagnostics, and even send an on-site technician without any additional notification, all based upon information generated by the web monitoring. And web monitoring can be very complete. For instance, you can have a miniature, for very large systems, they would have a small weather station on site, measuring the amount of sunlight, temperature, cloud cover. All of that would be immediate real-time data available. This would be then used to create standards. Then the system performance would be monitored against those standards. So if you have total system output drops below expectations given the weather, an alarm would go out. Other issues, inverter, let's say 1 out of 100 inverters goes south. Now on the gross power level, 1 out of 100, it may not be noticed for up to a year until your auditor is noting the utility bills, and he says the utility bill went up 10% last year. And then they discover it. Well, that's not a good deal. So again, this is just an argument about the value of web surveillance. Possibly having that inverter detected day one when it went out, when it goes out, a technician can be there replacing it within a day or two. The inverter's back up line. This large system hardly loses any power, and of course that is the name of the game in these large systems. Remember, power is the name of the game. Producing kilowatt hours is all that they're about, basically. So that's, again, the value of web surveillance is particularly justifiable, I would say, for large systems. It certainly is attractive for people who want to look at their solar system or have their friends look at their solar system, or when they're in Rome, they can look at their solar system back home and just know that they're making all the kilowatt hours they're making. Anyway, I think it's absolutely What it reinforces more than anything else, and this is a very positive, is performance. Performance and accountability are and need to continue to be the name of the game. We love the green marketing, but frankly, that turns into marketing buzz, and the nitty-gritty in this business is kilowatt hours produced per year. So hopefully this helps people know more about their systems.